You know, I just did not have any idea what it was going to be like.
They were so good to us. You know, they knew we were young squirts, didn't know which end was up. We needed to be mothered, and we were mothered.
There were two times during the year that people entered, once in September and once in February. We wore black, of course, black skirts and a cape.
We entered in September 15th, 1950, and there were 50 of us. And we were the largest group that we ever had. Most other groups had 30, maybe.
The first 6 months is the postulate. We're separated from the novitiate and the professed sisters. Most of that is learning community history, spirituality, and manual labor.
Housework, we did a lot of it, heavy.
Polishing the brass on the doorknobs and panels.
We had days that we went up to the mount to work, cleaning.
We did the laundry for the entire house, including the boarders. It took almost all day.
I was pretty spoiled growing up. When it came time like to change the sheets on a bed, I didn't know how.
It was a lot of work, but it was also fun.
We slept downstairs under the bottom floor of the library. There were 35 of us. So we had our little twin bed, and right next to our bed we had an orange crate with all of our belongings in it and our aprons over the orange crate, and right next to that was another bed and then an orange crate. So if you put your hand out too far, you're hitting the nun sleeping next to you.
I remember a big thing was silence, and we were not to speak at certain times at all. And if we met in the hall, we said, "Praise be to Jesus," and the response was, "Amen."
We had a little bit of recreation. In the afternoon, we could go out and play basketball or volleyball or something. And then in the evening, for half an hour, we could sit in a big circle and talk. The rest of the time, we kept silence. So it was very rigorous. When we eventually got the change, years and years later, it was quite a breakthrough. But in the meantime, when we first entered, I think we belonged to the last century.
I lost my access to my friends, my peers. We're so cut off. I missed their weddings, their birth of their children. It was hard, you know, when you look back. That, for me, that was the greatest loss.
My sister, as I said, was 4 years younger, and she was going to be married, and I could not go to her wedding. So that's one thing that sort of stands out. It's a little sore spot still with me.
At one point, I was very homesick. And I remember the novice mistress sending me out to think about why I wanted to be a sister. I was always afraid they were going to throw me out. So I tried very hard to do what I was supposed to do.
You know, I got in trouble a lot for little things that I didn't even know I was doing wrong. I just hoped that they would keep me and that I'd be a good sister.
We were hoping to persevere, because if people didn't, they got asked to leave. We had a suitcase of our street clothes down in the basement, and they would get it together and summon the sister and send her home.
Yeah, there were tough days. Sometimes at meditation reflection, one would say, is this really where I want to be? Yet they were also such joyful times.
We had plays and concerts. We once got a television to watch the Queen being made queen. And that was our experience with TV.